Early 1939, the scientific community discovered that the Germans had learned the secrets of splitting a uranium atom. Fears soon spread over the possibility of Nazi scientists utilizing that energy to produce a bomb capable of massive destruction. After hearing the news, President Roosevelt agreed to the U.S. developing an atomic research program, the secret project also known as the Manhattan Project. The goal was to make a weapon capable of mass destruction before the Nazis. At the time of war, the U.S. was also able to force Japan to surrender. The project costed nearly $2.2 billion and employed over 120,000 Americans. But the project also had its consequences. Now that the weapon was made, other countries started to build off the invention to create more powerful weapons that now threaten the well being of the human population.
In recent history, the presence of radical terrorist groups have been an issue. Groups such as Al Qaeda use their networks to obtain nuclear materials from stockpiles of nuclear materials left over from the Cold War in Russia. This is a major concern because of past events like 9/11. These groups have directly attacked other nations before, and it is possible that they will do so again if given ample opportunity and resources. In addition to radical terrorists, North Korea has also been a wild card. Though because of recent news, they have become a high threat nation. The leader Kim Jong-un has threatened other nations on multiple accounts with nuclear powers. They have essentially been asserting their powers via the testing of multiple weapons. For example, they recently tested a nuclear bomb that caused a 6.3 earthquake in North Korea. This problem ultimately came about after the Cold War. After the Cold War ended, there was evident stockpile of nuclear materials that were readily available. The tensions from the Cold War in some sense did carry over, and it continued to cause tensions that have continuously progressed into the 21st century.
The problem exists in the fact that the instructions for building a nuclear weapon are easily accessible, including the materials. It is also possible to create the necessary materials instead of having to obtain them. Engineers also have to find a way to locate the dangerous materials, secure them, track them, and prevent or detect the diversion of the materials.
The key to making sure nuclear materials don't fall into the wrong hands is to making sure each country must be held accountable for the control of the materials. Countries must find effective ways to dispose of old materials, and they should also track amounts of nuclear material to prevent unknown theft. Engineers also need to find an effective way to detect nuclear materials. Effective detection will prevent smuggling, and one potential method is the nuclear car wash. In this method, neutron pulses collide with the material, causing fission, which creates gamma ray producing radioactive substances that can be detected. However, this process can be shielded by large quantities of water, so new processes need to be found.
We also have to be able to detect missiles before a situation arises. There's already nuclear missile detection systems set up in the United States. Satellites are able to detect infrared heat signatures immediately after a missile is fired. There is a command center that is able to predict what the missile's projected target is. The problem with the system is that it might not be able to detect multiple missiles at one time.